There is no trick, but I have some suggestions. One, I'd leave your multiple choice to the end. Typically they're 1 mark each. I'd rather spend time on an essay or a case or short answers and then come back.
Go through that exam or that test and do what you know well, quick, because it's really self-empowering. If language is your barrier, ask that teacher that is facilitating that exam. Sometimes I think I should have rollerblades in the exams, because I strongly encourage my students to make me work during that exam, and I'm busy. So yeah, again, try to break it down.
Going back to the question after you've answered it is probably a good idea.
Avoid those classes. It's a process of elimination, right? If you don't know the answer, knock out the ones that are clearly wrong and give it your best guess.
I took English because I couldn't do multiple choice tests, but I hear that you always answer C.
Read the question in your head, say this is the answer, and then look and see if that's the answer that is given. If there's 2 that are similar, don't guess. Go with your gut and say, this is the one that in my head says it's correct, that's the one I'm going to choose.
I don't think there is a trick. A lot of people think it's C most of the time, but I'm not really sure on that.
I do think if you study and you know the content of the test, you can usually pick out the answers. So I think it is reading carefully and reading the answers and spending that time studying, really spending the time studying.
It's not always B or C. Read carefully. I like to make questions that are half false, little tricky questions, so I'm not really I'm testing the content, but also, are you reading well? Are you paying attention to what you're reading?
Always pick C. No one says that.
Look for word tricks. There's always going to be something just a little off in each of the wrong answers. So read them, reread them, and just look for that little piece that's not the telltale of the answer being wrong. Look for that.
I'll immediately take my hand and cover the answers with my hand, and I read the question without looking at the answers. And I want to see, and I want to spend some time on that question to see, do I know the answer to that? And if I have a really good idea of what that answer is, then I'll take off my hand and I'll look for it in those, in A, B, C, D, whatever.
Prayer. It's my least favorite kind of test.
I don't know what to say. Let me think. Cut.